Hey, howdy, and a big welcome back to Yak City Gaming. Just kidding, Clem Hawks, folks. It is Clem Hawks today, and we are live for the Hlinka Gretzky Bronze Medal Game 2022 edition. And, folks, it'll be my pleasure to bring this one along to you. We're just trying to get the scorecard for tonight's matchup, this afternoon's matchup, wherever you're tuning in from, because obviously Finland, Czechia, we have a little bit of a matchup going there, and I look forward to seeing everyone tuning in from across the world this evening. We last ran an international hockey game here on Clem Hawks back on the gold medal game for the 2022 World what is that? World Hockey Championships. And now we find ourselves waiting for this one here today, which will be the Hlinka Gretzky Cup for 2022. So, folks, that's where we're going to get going here right away. I just got to get a scoreboard up, and then away we will go with all we need to know about today's matchup and the players involved, and of course. So this is the step below the World Juniors on the calendar, I guess you could say. Technically, there is one step in between here and the World Juniors, which is the World Junior A Challenge. But for all intents and purposes, when it comes to the NHL, you are talking about this tournament being the premier tournament for the summer. So, of course, the World Juniors are not too far away, friends. World Juniors are, in fact, very close to coming up here at some point. I think they start on the 9th, so keep that in mind. The World Juniors are not too far away at all, but at the same rate too. We've got a long ways to go before then, and what I'd like to try and get to is, of course, as much hockey action as we can today between these two teams for this one. So, how do I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that. Dang, that actually kind of sucks. Don't think I'm going to be able to get the scoreboard up. Give me a sec. We'll figure it out. See what we can't achieve here today and see if we can't try and get a scoreboard. Let's see if that's going to broaden my search horizons here a little bit and see if we can't just filter options, crop a little bit, and of course that's not going to bring anything up. I don't know. We might have to do this one scoreboardless, but hey, I'll have the play-by-play call for you. Normally, you don't have a scoreboard when you're listening on the radio anyway, so we'll figure it out as we go along this evening, this afternoon, folks. Welcome in. I'm Yak. Like I said off the top, this is Clem Hawks. This will be the bronze medal game broadcast between Finland and Czechia for the 2022 Hlinka Gretzky Cup, hosted in Red Deer, Alberta, Canada this year. And of course, it'll be a great time to see kind of the conclusion, right? This is the end of the tournament. You've got the gold medal game, and then you've got the bronze medal game that we're doing here today. So keep that in mind right now. So, folks, well, let's go take a second to look over the rosters for both teams. I'm going to butcher names really badly. So if you're tuning in from Finland or Czechia, please forgive me, because it's going to be a bad time to be me today. Let me tell you that much. And it seems like the Hlinka Gretzky website is loading rather very slowly today, so keep that in mind as well. If I'm struggling to get you a stat you're looking for, is things are moving rather slow over there. And in fact, I'm just going to close that because that doesn't seem to be moving at all. But anyway, it's a game between two teams that were in the semifinals yesterday. Both teams had an opportunity to try and get over to this gold medal game today. Both teams did not achieve that goal, unfortunately. And we'll kind of get you the final scores here in a second, if I can just scroll over. So it was, where was it? It was Sweden defeating Czechia 6-2 to punch their ticket to the gold medal matchup. And then at the same rate, too, it was Canada over Finland 4-1 going to the gold medal game as well. So Finland and Czechia will be the matchup this afternoon that we have to watch for this evening, wherever you're tuning in, like I said. But this is the one you got to watch for, because this is kind of the exciting. Get guys, especially for us folks here in North America, get guys that aren't on the draft radar yet, get them on the radar here today. and start to figure out who looks good for our teams potentially in the NHL that we want to get players drafted to. So that's where we're sitting right now. Is there's a lot to be decided here at the Hlinka Gretzky, because this is the premier tournament when it comes to draft eligible players for the 2023 NHL entry draft. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in the world that might not allow the best players to be there from other countries, but that is completely fine, justifiable, and we move forward as we'll see what we can end up doing here today between Czechia and Finland. As right now I'm just looking to see if the Hlinka Gretzky tournament is going to put out any pregame information that I can click on here. If I could find anything there, that would be great, but there's nothing yet from the Hlinka Gretzky tournament as it currently stands. Game day between, well, Sweden and Czechia, Finland, Sweden and Canada. That's really all they've got for information there. 4 p.m. Mountain Time, so 6 p.m. Eastern Time over there in Ontario is when the gold medal game will take place. I'm just trying to see if there's anything we're missing, but there really isn't much at all when it comes down to this Hlinka Gretzky tournament today that they've tweeted out that we need to be aware of. So keep that in mind. There's not much there on Twitter for news, so we'll keep pace and we'll see what happens as soon as the game flips to being on here in a short few minutes time. But right now, as it stands, folks, I'm going to load up the chat with a couple of videos here that I want you to try and check out if you have a couple of moments today while we get things going, as there's a fun goaltender, and I'm sure as we have a more international crowd today, I would like to try and get this one a little bit of love. Jesper Wallstedt, Minnesota Wild property, is set for another World Juniors, and kind of just want to get your take on what you're going to see out of him at the World Juniors for Sweden. So if you're tuning in and want to check that out, I'd love if you could make your way over to that video at some point today and just take a look and check it out. That would be greatly appreciated. Obviously, once the game flips to being live, we'll change the poll over to who's going to win this one, and we'll get that kind of interaction in the chat going there once again, like we did a couple of months ago with the World Hockey Championships. But now we're just sitting here waiting for this one to get going. It's 11:39. The game gets underway at noon my time, so we got about 21 minutes to go until things get underway at the Hlinka Gretzky between, of course, Finland and Czechia. And right now, as it's sitting, it looks like things are starting to come together here on YouTube a little bit for us already. That's good, solid. Again, welcome in everybody. Appreciate you being along. I see we're up already over 10 views, which is pretty solid considering we've got 33 minutes of watch time as well to go with that. So thank you to everyone for tuning in. And I'm just going to test this. If anyone's in the chat and wants to let me know if you see an ad, this is our first monetized stream on Clemhawks in over 4 years, I want to say, or 3 years, 3 years, 2 years, 2 years since 2020. So I just want to see if everything still works here. And we'll see how everything shakes out as we go along, like I said. But as it stands, the chat is pretty well relegated so as we can have a pretty good discussion in there today as things go along this afternoon. And other than that, I think we are pretty much just set for hockey if we can get there. That's really all we got to do, is just get to the hockey this afternoon and really enjoy it. But yeah, it's kind of strange to me that the Hlinka Gretzky Cup's Twitter doesn't have anything out on Twitter yet today about this bronze medal matchup set to take place in 20 minutes or so. So that's a really strange get for me. I'm just going to quickly check MLB Network, see what we're doing here. And right now, as it stands, with news of Didi Gregorius and Jackie Bradley Jr. becoming free agents, we discuss some potential landing spots for the veterans and why. There might be a fit. Sweet. Okay, I'll have to do a video on that in a little bit here. There's a little bit of MLB rumors floating around in the stratosphere, but folks, we are going to have ourselves a good little afternoon, let me tell you. It's on TSN in Canada. If you want to tune into the game, of course, you can also buy a one-day membership to TSN's live streaming service, and that way there too you can tune in and watch it all kind of take place there. So there's a couple of options as well too. If you have a friend that has television at home, still pays for a cable service, and they have a login that you can just steal and punch into the tsn.ca website, that too for my Canadian friends could very much so work out for you. As far as my friends in the USA and around the world, I cannot tell you where to find this game today, unfortunately. I'm not too familiar with all that, so we'll just make it up as we go along, and we'll figure it out as folks come in and out of the stream and let us know what they're thinking along the way. So we've got a little bit to decide here yet tonight, but we'll get it all figured out as it goes along, because that's typically what we do. So pre-World Juniors play continues in Edmonton with a pair of games on the schedule. There will be no live stream available for the pre-tournament games. That is such a joke. But it's Czechia versus Austria and USA versus Switzerland today, so keep that in mind. But again, like I said, there's no live stream available, so I hope you choose to hang out with me today and tune in and chill out and relax and just enjoy a good day of hockey. That's all I'm saying. So far so good here as we're going along. Got chat rate, nothing there yet. Concurrent viewers. And I'll give you a second here too, as I see the watch time's up over 5 minutes, so you guys seem to be pretty interested in sticking around. I'll throw another video in the comments section here if you haven't already checked it out. Just a quick update on Patrice Bergeron and what's he doing with his career here. Let me just quickly throw that there for you. I can't talk and type. I'm not very good at talking and typing. That's probably the weakest aspect of my computer skills. I'm not a very good talk and typer, and that's detrimental sometimes. That is literally detrimental sometimes, but we'll battle through and make it happen. So now the live stream up and rolling. There we go. We are crushing it here to start things out, folks. We are now 15 minutes away from this game getting underway here between Czechia and Finland. And I just want to see what else we can find for stuff here. Clear-eyed view. Nothing. Nothing here, as I can't seem to find any updates about this game, so that's fine. We will battle through. That's not an issue. We don't necessarily need any updates, because end of the day, it's the bronze medal game. It's a game that determines kind of 3-4, and then all of a sudden we'll have the gold medal game later tonight. But it's one of those games where you got to really go out there and just put it all on the line, especially for these young guys, right? Like I said earlier, the Hlinka Gretzky Cup is kind of that big tournament for a lot of guys, like where they're going to be able to showcase best on best against their draft class. Some of these guys will be at the World Juniors next week. Some of these guys will be at the World Juniors in December, right? Like, some of these guys will be going on to a higher level of junior hockey championships for the world this season still yet. But for a lot of these guys, this is their last chance to go best on best with their age group, right? Top of their age group, really display what they're capable of and go out there and try and showcase for the NHL draft coming up right away in 2023, sometime probably in June once again finally. So that's kind of the tough part, right? For these young guys, they get one last chance to go best on best with their age range, and then best on best with their comparables. And that, what I mean by comparables, is guys who have been drafted a year ahead of them, a year behind them, whatever you want to say. But these guys are now going to kind of enter the real slugging fest of junior hockey, and of course minor kind of tournaments where they're trying to get ahead and trying to get their draft ranking bolstered up more or less. That's kind of the interesting part, right? They really got to try and bolster that draft ranking. And for a lot of guys in this tournament, this is the one that matters because it is the most impactful. Sets up, right? It's in the summer, so the regular hockey calendar hasn't started. It sets up the rest of your trajectory for the season. And for a lot of guys, that's a big time useful kind of key to their season is if you have a good tournament here, good showing, get some eyes on you, then all of a sudden you really start drawing attention as the season starts. If you start off hot or whatnot, you can really start to pull it together and get it going. So folks, I'd just like to say a thank you to the two people who have tuned into the Jesper Wallstat video that is posted at the top of the chat, that is pinned at the top of the chat. That is a discussion regarding the World Juniors, which will start on August 9th in Edmonton. That one just wanted to quickly throw out there for you folks. If you're in the just joining the chat now, is I just want that to kind of be a key focus of this day, because I know Clem, the owner of this channel that I stream on here called Clem Hawks, he's a big time guy, believer. Every video's got to get 100 views, and right now that one in just about over 30 hours is sitting at 43 views. So folks, if you could tune in, let me know your thoughts. I don't even care that you're watching it. I just want to know your thoughts on literally on what's going on with Jesper Wallstat at the World Juniors, what your thoughts on his performance will be. Oilers fan, well, welcome into the chat. Go Finland, go. Huge Puljujärvi fan. Well, we're hoping today that the Finns can come up with a good effort. Same with Czechia. I'm not showing bias here. I'm just trying to say I want to see a good game, something that's competitive. Obviously, the last two games, the semifinals, weren't exactly as close as you could have wished they would be for semifinals. So now today you're going to hope you get the drama that you're looking for in these matchups. And Canada-Sweden, by all accounts, will be a fantastic game. And Czechia versus Finland, our bronze medal matchup that we're going to watch today, is going to be fantastic as well. So, you know, that's end of day, right? You're just looking for two competitive hockey games that really showcase best on best. That is for sure. But let's just quickly see here, folks, as we're piling up the views, piling up the viewers. I'd like to welcome everyone in once again. We are now 12 minutes away from the hockey getting started here on Clem Hawks today. As soon as the clock flips to noon, I'm just going to quickly go grab my phone and get things going. But folks, like I said, welcome in and welcome aboard for what's going to be a fun afternoon of hockey today. And just want to quickly calculate something here. We don't have to chase watch hours anymore. We don't have to chase anything. So that's the nice part. We are fully in the green when it comes to YouTube and monetization now. So we'll see how that all shakes out here today. But folks, we're just waiting for TSN to flip to live coverage of the Hlinka Gretzky tournament. That would be fantastic if they could get it going here as quickly as possible. But give me a second. Like I said, I was going to wait till noon to grab my phone, but I'd prefer to grab it now in case I need to send a text. As I've got a trip to Edmonton that I've got to plan out here for tomorrow, so I got a little bit of laundry going on, a little bit of car cleaning going on, lawns mowed, all that good stuff. But it's one of those points right now where we're going to settle down for some hockey today. And of course, it's been a long time since I've been able to watch a hockey game on TV, so I'm looking forward to doing that with you folks tonight. And hopefully enjoying a good hockey matchup. That's why I'm really excited. Yeah, I'm just kind of really excited to see what we can see happen in this matchup between the Czech side and of course the Finnish side as well. So we'll see what ends up coming out of today's matchup, who the bronze medal winner is. It would be interesting to see, hopefully, if the bronze medal winner plays better overall technically than maybe the gold medal winner, right? Maybe it's a struggle fest for the gold medal, whereas for the bronze, maybe they come out firing and really give us a game to remember at the Hlinka Gretzky tournament. You know, it's just one of those things that it could be one of those days where the bronze medal game is better than the gold medal game. Not trying to hype you up too much, but I'm always up for hopefully seeing the game I broadcast be the best one of the day. That's always kind of the hope and anticipation. So let's see what we can let's see what we can kind of bring together, I guess you could say. And that's it. That's all. Phone's dinging. There we go. Plans figuring themselves out. And we should be good to go, folks. Again, if you're new and you're just joining in, why not say hello in the chat if you're tuning in on a YouTube account. I mean, I guess if you're tuning in not signing into YouTube, that could be a whole nother thing. But folks, I'm Yak. This is Clem Hawks. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us today. We're now up to 17 viewers on the live stream. About 9 minutes away from the game going live on TSN, and we can get coverage of this one, play-by-play coverage as much as possible. Again, I'm not going to be super familiar with the names, so pardon me if I butcher something or if it just sounds really clunky, because I'm going to tell you it could be very clunky tonight, that is for sure. So Finland and Czechia at noon Mountain Time. Finland finished the round robin with 4 wins. Czechia with 2 wins and 2 losses for Finland in 4 games. Czechia with 3 wins, 1 loss in 4 games. The tournament coming live to you from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. And for Finland, they ended up with 12 goals for and 10 goals against, whereas Czechia had 16 goals for and 12 goals against. And the previous 3 games for each team, Czechia with a 4-1 loss to Canada, 4-1 win in the quarters against Germany, and a 4-1 win against the United States back on August 1st. And then Sweden with a 6-2 win over Czechia to put Czechia in the bronze medal game. 3-1 win for Czechia over the United States on August 3rd, and 7-2 win over Germany on August 1st. I don't know why we weren't live streaming more of these games, to be honest with you. This is prime time. This is kind of what YouTube's about. If you can get live sports and get your reaction up there to it, you can do some pretty incredible things on YouTube, as we're currently up over 52 views and we have barely been live for 22 minutes. That's pretty phenomenal already to start things off here hot today. And folks, this is the best hour on Clem Hawks since 1 p.m. yesterday. So we're blitzing, we're rocking, and we're going. And we're just hoping that it continues along this afternoon. If you're new to the channel, like I'd say in every video, maybe take the next rest of the live stream to consider hitting that subscribe button, hanging out with us. We here on Clem Hawks, we cover NHL, MLB, and we pretty much discuss it all as much as it needs to be discussed. So that's kind of our exciting part, is we're really getting honed in on the MLB and NHL coverage. Specifically, we focus quite heavily around the Minnesota Wild and Minnesota Twins, but for the most part, we're pretty much open to discussing anything and everything here on Clem Hawks. So keep that in mind if you want to stay tuned for NHL and Major League Baseball action on Clem Hawks. So folks, it is Finland, Czechia, Game 17, the bronze medal game, August 6, 2022, at noon Mountain Time from the PV Mart Centrium in Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. And we got to see what we can't get sorted out here between these two teams this afternoon. Finland, Czechia, I think honestly Czechia's had a pretty good tournament, going 3-1, blowing up teams with 7 runs. That's what you got to keep in mind, is these teams have been pretty good, and this is best on best hockey, so that's another good indication as well of what you've got and what you need to know for today's tournament. So keep that in mind as we go along here this afternoon, folks. And quickly, if I can find anything on the rosters maybe here, if it's going to load. Of course, that Hlinka Gretzky website is just absolutely lagging out on me for some reason today, so that's a really weird situation, but we'll figure it out as we go along for sure. And now all of a sudden, folks, we are up and rocking the past little bit here, as we are now up over 100 views this hour, and that means we are on our way to having a good little day here on YouTube and a good little live stream for some hockey. Of course, it's been a while, like I said, since the World Hockey Championships back in May that we live streamed a game, and we're gunning to try and outdo that one because, friends, we had 17,000 views on that live stream. I'd love to try and outdo that here today and try and crush it by getting upwards of 20,000 if we can on the stream. So sitting at 70, that's a long way to 20,000, but we're already cruising and crushing it here today. So we're not going to mind too much at all. But let's go quickly check the Czech rosters if we can't. Let's get it going here as there's we'll start number 5 and going up. Nope, that's not going to work out for us. So we'll just go players down. Adam Zidlicki, Adam Jeko, Adam Zabi, Chabi. I don't know how to say that. Csabi. Like I said, this is going to be a pretty rough day. Edward Sale, Matthias Adamek, Andre Fabry, Thomas Holkak, Pavel Simic, Yuri Felkman, Jacob Stankel, Jan Spreiner, Jan Kuchera, Dominic Peter, Wojtek Vokvest, Joseph Eichler. I feel like I'm doing my pregame stuff live on camera, and I feel like a complete dork doing it, but hey, you know what? I want you to be familiar with these guys. Marek Rokak, Martin Madijic, oh jeez, I can't even try that one. Sorry guys. Jacob Dvorak, Dominic Dinka, and then in net it's Jan Castle, Adam Dybel, and Michael Hrabel, who are the goaltenders for Czech side. Okay, that was so rough. We're not even going to attempt Finland. Sorry, folks. We're not even going to attempt Finland there. But now we've got some friends from the Czech Republic tuning in. Welcome aboard, friends. Hopefully that wasn't too bad for you. That was really rough for me. So hopefully it wasn't as rough for you as it was for me. But we'll hopefully get better as time goes on and I start hearing the broadcasters bringing us this game. Some coverage today, that's for sure. So, what do we got? Little one of those big lizards, yeah. Oh man, that's a big lizard. Yikes. Anything we need to know? And there isn't much there. Yeah, there's nothing really there to keep in mind, but yeah, that's all we need to know right now to get things started. Is that's the Czech side. Finnish side will be a little bit easier as we go along, and unfortunately folks, I cannot show you the game. This will be my play-by-play of the game for you, but we'll figure it out as we go along, promise you that much, because yeah, obviously copyright situations exist, and of course I'd like to keep making as much money on YouTube as possible here for my man Clem, so we'll keep it nice and clean here on the stream today. But folks, we are now 1 minute away from the broadcast that I'm watching, switching over to coverage of the tournament today, the bronze medal game, and we'll see what it brings for us here today, because it's going to be a good time, I'm sure, as there should be a pretty good crowd in Red Deer too. There's got a pretty good hockey community, and obviously Alberta loves their minor junior hockey, so hopefully this one gets the crowd they're expecting in a bronze medal game, right? The ticket packages, obviously, if Canada's going to be in the bronze medal, you got to have your ticket packages, so I hope a lot of folks decided to tune in today, and this is the first Hlinka Gretzky game I've watched in about 3 years, so keep that in mind too. But now we're getting the opening intro for this one, and we are just about underway for this one. Finland versus Czechia is going to be your matchup here. Hrabel, and of course they're showing highlights of both squads facing both competitors, and looks like there's been some good hockey. Looks like the seats have been rather empty in Red Deer, to be honest with you, and that's not a good sign. So I'm hoping for a better turnout today, that's for sure, as we're going to see this tournament opening graphic start up, and it looks like they've got a little bit of a different graphic, maybe the one they're going to use for the World Juniors, unless this is a Hlinka Gretzky tournament situation. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll keep everything in mind as we go along. They're showing a shot of Red Deer, Alberta right now. Red Deer is a gorgeous city, by the way. If you really get a chance to go out and enjoy the beauty of the area, it can be a very gorgeous city and kind of actually wow you pretty well. So it's the PV Mart Centrium in Red Deer, Alberta this afternoon for this matchup between Czechia and Finland. Both teams hitting the ice for warm-ups and stuff, getting out there and getting ready for this one. And it looks like still the seats are fairly empty at the Centrium, and that's a disappointment because this is a real good tournament in Canada this year, and people just not showing up. Looks like there's a lot of people mulling around the Centrium, but I don't think anyone's in the seats. We've got Dave Reed and Laura Dyken on the desk bringing us the coverage so far early on in this one. They got the starting lineups and they're going to cut away from it, but it's the semifinals. That is how we got here today. Canada defeating Finland 4-1 and Sweden defeating Czechia 6-2. So Czechia and Finland are bronze medal matchup. Canada, Sweden, 6 p.m. Eastern time coverage on TSN 3 if you're looking to cover that. And of course, folks, I wish you all the best. Yeah, we got to get these guys definitely some support today, and that's why I figured we'd try and live stream here on Clemhawks, bring some coverage to it. I did not see any coverage of the tournament so far on YouTube, so I thought maybe it's a little market gap that I could bring a little bit of action to. And obviously, these are the kind of kids that I really grew up bringing hockey coverage to, right? That 17, 18-year-old, or I guess 16, 17-year-old age gap where you've got some very talented players. They're either playing midget AAA, Junior A, Junior B, whatever you want to say, and they do not get the coverage that they deserve. And obviously this too is a tournament for NHL draft eligible players, so keep that in mind too. These guys are getting a lot of coverage elsewhere if they're not getting it here, so it's not like they're hurting for coverage. But hey, you know what, a great tournament. Why not try and bring a little bit of something extra to it and try and get ourselves something going here. So folks, welcome aboard. I am Yak. This is Clemhawks, and I'm glad to have you along for today's afternoon of hockey. We're already up over 350 minutes watched here on the stream, so thank you to everybody that was a part of the struggle stream at the start of the pregame there, where I was struggling to keep you entertained. But folks, we are now well ready for this one to get underway in just a few moments time. But right now up over 38 concurrent viewers. Guys, thank you so much for everyone tuning in. I'm not regularly used to seeing those numbers anymore. Over on Dolany TV, I used to bring a lot of coverage to the hockey world and used to have a lot of viewers tuning in at once, but we're going to hope for a little bit of madness here today and have a lot of fun with it, hopefully, and have a great little afternoon of hockey, because like I said, the goal today is to try and get up over 17,000 views on the live stream today. So we'll see what that ends up bringing. I don't know if that's going to turn out or not, but we'll find out if it happens today simply by just going around and getting it done, as we're going to have ourselves a fun little stream. Emil Vinny is the goaltender that will start for Finland today, so keep that in mind. And it looks like we got pretty heavy support so far starting out for the Czech side, so here's hoping. It's Gordon Miller and Craig Button bringing you live coverage of this Hlinka Gretzky Cup bronze medal game, so that'll be exciting to have a great play-by-play duo bringing us coverage here today of this tournament. And of course, we'll see what ends up happening in this one. It looks like they're talking about the Czech side really committing to doing the job. And the funny part here is these guys, compared to the players we're going to see in less than a week's time, I guess 3 days time at the World Juniors, is these players are rather small. These players are, right, they might be tall, but they aren't filled out yet, right? These are 17-year-old kids, 16-year-old kids that are just barely starting to scratch the surface of their NHL or professional hockey potential. Michael Harabel will get the start for Czechia, but that's kind of where it's going to be fun, is just seeing if there's any guys that have kind of filled out early and kind of looking like they're going to be able to go out there and dominate a little bit more. And that's going to be fun to see, because right, it's always cool to see kind of where guys are at the physical maturity side of things, but also the skill maturity, the hockey IQ maturity, all of that all at once. It's always fun to see where guys are sitting at with that kind of hockey sense and stuff. So here's hoping all the squads can kind of come up and get the job done here today. And hopefully we can have ourselves a great afternoon of hockey. Already up over 125 views in 6 minutes. And that's how you like to start an hour on YouTube, if I'm being honest with you. And we are ready to crush what will be a great afternoon of hockey here on Clem Hawks. I promise you that. I'm very much so looking forward to bringing you a great afternoon of hockey, and hopefully a winning gold or winning bronze situation for a couple of teams here looking to be bronze medal winners. So folks, what else do we need to know? Well, we know it's Hrabal and Vinny in net for the two squads, and Epiphany, as you said, the future this starts here. Absolutely it does. This is where we wonder to see if these guys are going to make that World Juniors push, if these guys are going to make that NHL entry draft push, right? Uri Slavkovsky made that big push this season and really wowed a lot of people going first overall in the NHL entry draft. You want to try and really make that big push, this is the place you start making that big push, is here today in the gold and bronze medal games at the Hlinka Gretzky tournament. And hopefully for everybody involved, this is what they want to try and get done, is a medal and a way to get it done. So folks, Czechia, Finland, it is go time. And it looks like, okay, you know what? Honestly, I thought the stands were a lot more empty than they are already, but hopefully these stands fill up a little bit more. Vinny finishing with 3 games played, 2 wins, 2 goals against, and a .919 save percentage so far in this tournament. So keep that in mind for him there. He's had a pretty solid tournament. Hrabal, 1 win, and some kind of stats. They went past that way too fast. Lori Merikovi. Oh, god dang, I am struggling with names here today, guys. My apologies. Jacob Peter is the head coach for the Czech side, and here we go. The puck is down. Yeah, now it is, and it's 1 ahead by the Czechs, but now moved on to a Finnish stick. They'll fire it in behind the net in the Czech Republic zone, and this is kind of a weird angle. This is one of those minor kind of barn situations, and here's Finland feeding it in front. Shot misses on the one-timer in the slot, back out into the neutral ice. The Finnish have it in their own end. They're clad in blue top and white jerseys, and of course Czechia in the red and a little bit of dash of white on the jerseys. But now Finland turning the puck back into their own zone, far face-off dot from the camera side. 19:23 to go here in the first period. 0-0 is the score, and the Finns will play pitch and catch and move it ahead, and now across the blue line offside. Czechia will get it out of the zone, and they'll turn the Finns back to their own blue line, back to that far face-off dot now, where they're going to try and control, walk around, and move this one into the center of the ice. Unfortunately, that pass goes awry. Czechia will fire it back through the neutral zone and try to move this one ahead, and here comes an attack. Fought off by the skate of a Finnish defender, and now this one's going to be played ahead onside, but it may have hit the official in front. And now you've got yourself a tie-up along the near side boards at the high end of the Czech zone. It'll be moved back behind the net for a Czech defender who will 1 pass, 2 pass, and it gets tied up at the blue line before it gets out of the zone. Now the Czechs back at their own zone. Face-off dot, a man blows the tire, and it'll go all the way down the ice for an icing call. 18:27 to go here in this first period. Finnish scoring leaders, Aaron Kiviharju with 5 points so far. Emil Järvente, 4 points. Rasmus Kumppalainen. Man, I'm struggling here. This is tough. We're going to have to get that old World Juniors broadcast really re-ramped and really have to work on the names, because I am struggling here. Finns with a shot fought off by the glove of Hrabal. He'll make the first save of the hockey game, and it'll be cleared by the Czechs with 18:18 to go in this first period. It'll be flipped into the middle of the ice. The Czechs fight it back, and now here it comes across the Finnish blue line. Their first shot of the game, I believe, goes off the pads of Vinny, and now it'll be worked out in the middle of the ice. Finland hard charging in on the attack around the defender. Shot fired off the side of the net, or potentially the goaltender as well off the side of the net. Great defensive play there by the Czechs, and now Finland trying to fight for a puck in the corner near side in the Czech zone. It'll go back, and Czechia will pick it up and fire it along the boards, get it out of the zone and back into neutral ice, covered at their own blue line by the Finns, who will try and work it around. They'll go behind their own net here and try to work things back. Finland will work past their blue line now and get out into the middle of the ice. This one off the stick of the goaltender Hrabal. He'll play it off a defender into the corner. Finland back up with it at the blue line, where they'll get up and get it down below the net, and now worked out back to the blue line. Here's Finland at the blue line with control. They're looking for it. They'll fire it off the boards and go behind the net, and they still have possession of this puck along the end wall. So Finland really doing a good work early to get in on the forecheck on this shift and really pin the Finland or the Czech side down below their goal line. And now back to the blue line. Finland's going to rip a shot, and it will be into the catching mitt of Hrabal, who quickly swallows it up and makes sure there's no rebound on that one. It was starting to get a little scrambly in the Czech zone, but the Finns can't come up with a result, and Hrabal gets the job going. So he's rocking it and rolling it here so far for the Czech side. Now we'll see what ends up happening here as we get the face-off for Hrabal to his catching hand side on his left hand. And now 16:51 to go here in this first period. It's Finland winning the face-off. They'll go back below the goal line yet again on a dump behind the net, and a couple of players tie up there for the Czech side and the Finnish side. And now it'll go back along the half wall. Finland back below. They're going to cut around behind the net, back to the blue line, and now looking to rip a shot, fired in, tipped in front, and no result there. So it'll be fired out of the zone. 16:27 to go. Finland will play it ahead and back into the Czech zone. So Czech side trying to really work this puck and maybe get their first official attack. Here's a one-timer attempt, and Vinny with the save on the cross crease one-timer. And that's probably our 10-bell save of the game so far, if there has been a 10-bell save. That was a beauty. And now it stays 0-0 as Finland trying to work it out of their zone. They'll play it off, and Czechia will recover at their own blue line and fire it back into the neutral, where it's to a Finnish stick at their blue line and fired in. 15:50 to go here in this first period. Man, oh man, is my stream lagging out. I'm loving it, but I've got just enough flow be able to keep this one up as Czechia will work in across the blue line, fighting there. They've been able to cut into the zone quite effectively here. Yes, the Finns have stood them up a couple times, but it's been a great example of just keep the pressure up, keep skating hard, north-south, and hopefully find a break in the defense. And now Czechia along the near side boards, working it there and trying to find something here. It'll go back behind the net, and Finland will see it behind the net of their own goaltender, Vinny, who plays it back, and this will go back to the blue line, kept in by Czechia there for the time being, and now worked by the Finns on the recovery in their own zone. Back behind Vinny, who will just stand and stare, number one in the net for the Finnish side. Switching off is the defense, and now working out from behind the net. The Finns will load up through the middle, fire it in. There's still very minimal people in the stands here, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. And now Finland will play it back to the blue line. They'll fire a shot here, and it can't get through. So now the Czech Republic developing a 2-on-1 chance here. Shot fired. Vinny the save. Up to the task. And there's your first really dangerous look. He makes the save and makes it look good. So there you go. That's how we like to roll to start this going. But folks, that's what you need to know to start this game. It's been pretty solid so far. And now we can only hope it continues that way now. Up to 485 views on the stream. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Actually now 499. Folks, we are crushing it here this afternoon. Up over 385 views in 15 minutes. The face-off to the right of Vinny now, who will try to get something going. And I'd like to welcome everyone tuning in from Czechia today. I am very appreciative of you guys showing up for the live stream. Did not expect that. Normally it's the Finnish side that's always very vocal within my own chats here on YouTube. But friends from Czechia, thank you for tuning in this afternoon. Hopefully I can bring you enough justice for this game and get you going. So here we go. The puck played off the end boards and now worked back behind to the Finnish defender, who will work it to his option on the near side corner and worked out. And now Finland trying to develop their own 2-on-1. The shot fired off a stick of the Czech defender. Finland recovers. It'll be back to the blue line. They'll shoot, they'll fire, and this one's going to go side of the net for a rebound. Finland stop point blank, and another shot ripped from the point goes off Hrabal, bounces into the corner. And this one's getting, again, a little scrambly in the Czechia zone because just a couple of good pressures by the Finnish side, keeping the puck alive a couple of times. And now this one worked out and back to the blue line here and fired in off the end boards. And Czechia will recover, bounce it off, and try to get out of their own zone. But it's a turnover there, and this one's going to find middle ice, nobody home, and that will now be turned back again by Czechia. 16 goals in 4 games in the round robin for Czechia, who had a pretty good offensive explosion. That's 7-goal game against Germany. And now this one, they're looking for a big chance here. They're going to rip it across. D-to-D shot fired from the blue line. Vinny has no clue where it is in net for Finland. And now Finland, however, will recover and get it out of their own zone. This one will move down, and Czechia will turn the Finnish attack back at their own blue line. So now here comes Czechia firing it in over a couple of defenders. 12:38 to go in this first period. It'll bounce back over the blue line of the Finnish side, and it'll be back into Czech control at their own end. It'll be fired ahead off a stick and turned back over to the Finns, who will walk in, and shot fired, blocked in front. And that's kind of the book on this Czech side. They like to block shots, and that's a save there by Hrabal. And now 2 players collide and take each other out. A little bit of physicality in the middle of the ice, and this one's going to come all the way down the ice for an icing call. 12:09 to go in this first period. Icing call against Czechia. And recent Hlinka Gretzky results for Czechia: 6th, 5th, 5th, silver in 17, gold in 16, and 6th place in 2015. 13 all-time medals, 1 gold, 8 silver, and 4 bronze, or 5 bronze? 8 gold, 4 bronze, 13 gold. And Finland's going to try and fire a shot off the face-off. They're not going to come up with it. So here we go. This one's going to be played off. Yeah, 1 gold, 8 silver, 4 bronze. Shot fired. Hrabal sees it go into his gear, out of his gear. And he's just going to let that one float on by. And now Finland trying to come up with it. He's going to move it. There is the defender. And now Finland at their own half wall goes into the near side corner. Played off the back of the net, turned back around, and Finland really trying to crush this one here as much as they can. 11:36 to go in this first period. It's going to be flipped out, and here they come in the first period trying to start something. Neither team's really had great offensive attack and pressure where they've had a scramble at the net and the goalie had to make a really good save or a goal went in. It's 0-0 so far between these two sides. But we'd like to see if it could start picking up a little bit here and hopefully start really turning things around in the next little bit. And of course, here come the spam accounts. So we will hide user on channel. Thank you. And that will get things dealt with there on the live stream. My goodness, that is ridiculous that we're still dealing with that in 2022. But it's YouTube, and hey, things happen, so we'll figure it out. But folks, that's our first commercial break. I'll take a second to insert an ad here on the live stream. I'd like to thank you for tuning in here to Clemhawks today and being a part of what has been so far a very successful stream here for the Hlinka Gretzky Cup's bronze medal game. I'd like to hopefully welcome you back to the gold medal game if we get a chance later today to live stream the gold medal game. Like I said, the lawn got mowed, so we should be good to go for all things considered, that is for sure. But I'm going to take a quick second to just check the health of the stream and hopefully see what's going on here, as it looks like we are rocking and are rolling today. And looks like monetization is on, so we are rocking and really crushing it here on the live stream today. So again, thank you folks for being a part of it. If you're new to the channel and you want to consider sticking around for NHL and Major League Baseball, I'd be glad to have you along. It's me, Gillies TV and Clem that talk hockey, baseball with you every day. So if you want to stick around and talk hockey and baseball with us every day, consider hitting that subscribe button here on Clem Hawks, and we'd love to have you along for the journey. And without further ado, let's get back to hockey, as they're talking about all things here on the game, as looks like Czechia very excited about certain things, and how excitable Michael Hrabal is for, or is this the backup goaltender? I don't know what's going on here. I thought Hrabal's wearing number 30. Again, I didn't get goaltender numbers to start this game, so I'm a little confused, but this goaltender for Czechia, he even gave the camera a wink. You gotta love that. That's a little bit of personality you don't get to see too much in hockey anymore. But this face-off won, and now Finland with possession at the blue line for Czechia. We'll see what we can do, as Czechia is going to move this one forward, and they're going to try and get this one across the Finnish blue line, but it's fought all the way through the zone. Finland did a good job defending. Czechia will keep the puck alive for the time being, but Finland's now going to move this one out of the zone. Czechia turns them back at the blue line. It plays off of a Finnish attacker and back into neutral zone, where Finland will pick up the puck and work with it. They'll fire it off the boards and in, and there you go. There's a little bit of a physical bump that separates the puck, and Czech side able to come up with the puck in their own zone. They'll play it off the boards, and it's turned back around, and now Finland's going to work it there. Finland's going to see this one move ahead, and there we go into the zone. Nice little cut there, feed to the side, turned aside by Hrabal. That was a dangerous looking chance that Hrabal just turned aside. Beautiful pad kick to keep it out. And now Finland trying to work this puck off the boards and work it into somewhere that's going to be useful. 10:17 to go here in the first period of play. Finland will work this one at their own blue line. They're looking to come up with something here that'll be of substance or use for them to try and set up an attack. 10 minutes to go exactly here in this first period between Finland and Czechia. The shot fired, save from Hrabal. And that, my friends, will do it right there to try and hold things steady for now. 0-0 between Finland and Czechia as it stands. We'll throw another ad as we're back on commercial break. But folks, we are absolutely roasting along in this one. Already 10 minutes in. That's not too bad at all. You don't mind that. A game moving this quick is never a bad thing. And I'd like to again thank everybody for tuning in to the Jesper Wallstat video from yesterday that I have pinned at the top of the chat. I will pin another video up there in the second period, but for right now, just a quick run of the mill tab here of what we got going on Clem Hawks today. I don't mind giving up the transparency of the numbers to tell you what's going on behind the scenes, but we're having ourselves a decent little live stream so far, and I'd like to thank you for being a part of it, and thank you for sticking out and choosing to hang out with us here on Clem Hawks for the Hlinka Gretzky, Ivan Hlinka Gretzky Cup 2022's bronze medal game. We're up over 1,011 views on the day, and we are crushing along here today on the stream, that is for sure. So if you catch anything that I don't while you're watching the broadcast of the game, let me know and I'll talk about it if it needs to be talked about. I'm always down to have a discussion with anyone in the comments, so keep that in mind, folks, if you could. And we would like to get things going here. We could start potentially rolling a little bit along for the second period. Obviously only 10 minutes to go here in the first period of play. And we will hopefully get things rolling towards a conclusion with hopefully a goal coming up at some point here in this period. That's for sure. And my YouTube just completely crashed. Okay, that was interesting. I haven't seen my YouTube completely crash in a while, but that was an interesting goal, that's for sure. We'll see if we can't get things back loaded up here in the chat. So here we go, folks. We are back watching hockey as the Czech side will win the face-off, work it out into the neutral zone, and now move back into the neutral territory by the Finns after it was briefly in their own zone. They'll go pitch and catch and try to just keep it out of the zone as quick as possible. And first ever tournament medal game between Finland and Czechia. So keep that in mind. This is a first ever between these two teams. And you gotta like that. That's a fun little fact to have in this tournament. That's for sure. Is this the first of a first? 9:23 to go. Finland's got the puck behind their own net, looking to get things going. And again, like I said, the weird part to me in this tournament is these guys look so small. These guys are not fully physically developed yet. Like I said, along with the hockey skills, not fully there yet. But this is still best on best hockey for guys 16 and 17 years old. And Finland should have a little bit of a opportunity there, although it's swiped aside by a block shot in front by the Czech side. Now they're going to fire a shot. It'll go over the glove of Vinny, and it will go back into the corner near side. Finland retrieves the puck, and they're going to try and work it out. And here's a breakaway pass. Finland in on the breakaway. Hrabal up to the task. He makes the save. It stays 0-0. That was a beauty of a stretch pass from the Finnish side. But Michael Hrabal makes the save and turns it aside and keeps this one scoreless. The puck in the far side corner in the Czech zone as Finland trying to work this puck back to the blue line. A shot fired in. Hrabal's been on his stuff today. A shot here from the Finns coming up potentially, but nothing happening there. And Czechia with the second effort gets it out of the zone. Penalty coming up to the Finns. And 8:10 to go in this first period. A hooking call. We will have our first power play of the afternoon. And there you go. That was an interesting goal. That is for sure. As that was a desperation shift from both teams. The stretch pass for the breakaway started it off. And then all of a sudden it just started breaking loose a little bit there. And that hooking call there will take the man down. And that will mean it's a 2-minute power play for the Czechs. Saralainen, I think I've got that right, takes the penalty for the Finnish side. Now the Czechs will regroup the puck. They will rip this shot. Shot fired off Vinny and up and out of play. So the power play is 1 for 4 in first 4 games of the pre-tournament or tournament action for the Czechs. So keep that in mind. They haven't exactly had a lot of power play opportunity, nor have they really cashed every opportunity. So the power play looking to come up clutch when it's needed most. Here in this bronze medal game, the Czechs win the opening faceoff. And here we go. This one back off, fought out of the middle, back to the point for the Czechs at the top of the Finnish zone. Czechia working the puck near side half wall, back to the point, pitch and catch, back down to that half wall, walking in, face-off dot, shot fired, blocked in front by the Czechs, or sorry, Finns. Czechs have been really good at blocking shots this game, that's why I mentioned it. But there we go. We will add another user on the channel, I guess. And here we go. This one's going to go all the way down out of the zone. And now Finland a chance to come up with this puck. And it will be back behind the Czech net with 1:10 to go on the power play after the puck was cleared. This one's going to be moved ahead. And now Czech Republic moving across the line. They're going to work this one here and look for this puck to go to the far side half wall. Now a chance here again will be moved and a shot coming. Shot into the glove of Vinny and scooped up. So there will be a stoppage in play yet again. Here with 53 seconds to go. 7:03 to go in the first period. 53 seconds of power play time remaining. And there was a really good look here, but it was just one of those things that didn't translate fully. And that one ripped right into the glove of Vinny and he comes up with a catch. The freeze. And that will be that with the whistle playing. So to the left of Vinny now. And it's funny, you kind of see these goalies with the real regimented habits, right? They've been trained to goaltend one way so far. They've been trained, hey, this is how you stop pucks. And you can definitely see it in their game early on at 16, 17, that's literally how they've been taught. That's what they do. They have their little works, setting starts and stuff like that. Nothing really changes. They keep it going one way and one way only. So 6:30 to go in the first period with 20 seconds to go on the power play. Chance here for the Czechs to walk in. Shot fired. Blocked in front. Oof. Shot again, saved by Vinny, and the power play for Czechia is done. So now we'll have a chance here The Finns looking to clear the zone. Shots are 6-5 in favor of Finland so far. Now Czechia will turn this back, and they've got control on the far side corner. And sorry guys, I just swallowed that water really wrong. Oof. And that one, Rabel makes the save, and it goes up and out of play. So there you go. The save made, and now we have another freeze in the action. So we'll pause for the cause quickly. And we'll see what we can have situated here as we're up over 691 views this hour here on YouTube on Clemhawk. So folks, again, thank you so much for tuning in. That means we're up over 100 or 900 views minimum in the last little bit. Looks like the ads just came through, so that's good to see. And we will see if there's anything on Twitter about this game so far that we need to know. And let's see what we can't get going here for the game as soon as the commercials are done. It looks like there's some news in the MLB today as well, where the Guardians have DFA'd Franmil Reyes. And is there anything else we need to see here from things going on? I don't think there is. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything we need to be aware of here. Yeah, the Cleveland Guardians, just that's really all the news I can find on my Twitter timeline right now. Is nothing pertaining to this hockey game so far, so keep that in mind. Let's see what we got going here. Nope, that's MLB Network. We want Hlinka Gretzky Cup, and we should be back to hockey right now. Drop the puck. Yeah, 26 minutes ago we dropped the puck, and we are just a few minutes away. So the World Junior Championship, that's really what you got to come back to Clemhawks for. If you want to subscribe for anything, it's the World Junior Championship. Wednesday afternoon, Canada versus Latvia. I will not have coverage of that. I will be in a course up in Edmonton. Of course, I'm going to be up in Edmonton, but I'm going to be at a course in Edmonton trying to better my career. So 5:40 to go here in the first period. 7 shots on goal for Finland, 5 shots for Czechia so far, and 814 some odd views here on the Clemhawk stream. Shot fired in front. Czechia now plays it off the boards, flipped up and out, and it will go back into the Czechia zone quickly, where they will get it out of the zone and fire it down off of somebody in front, and that means it goes back into Finland zone, where they will come up with the puck and try to work it out. 5:11 to go here in this first period. Shots in a do-nothing period so far for both teams. Both teams just kind of killing the clock and feeling it out, trying to get an opportunity or two and earn an opportunity or two. And here's Finland behind the net. They're going to work this puck and try and really come up with something here. Now a chance into the far side corner. In possession, kind of. Blue line possession now, and they're going to work it D to D. No, in fact, that defenseman's going to walk right in. Shot fired. Scores! My goodness, right over the right shoulder on the top corner. What a defensive walk right there. Walking all the way from the blue line in and shooting that puck that way. That was a beauty right there. That was a gorgeous play from the Finns to get that job done. Look at this one. Just walk around, walk around, walk around, make the defender chase, and then shoot it far side, top corner, over the shoulder. That was a thing of beauty for a 1-0 lead for Finland. And just a rip job shot. Rabel just kind of follows the puck. And that one just goes into the corner, and that is a perfectly placed shot. And you like to see that reaction from the Finnish bench. They come alive. And friends, that is our first goal of the game. A big time goal right there. And now this one will bounce back off a skate into the Finnish zone. Shot fired off of the goaltender's paddle. And now back into possession from Czechia. And now Czechia is going to fire a shot in the middle. A chance here. Oh, just about an overstretched, rerouted one-timer opportunity. And they couldn't get it going, and instead it'll be offside at the Finnish zone. And it looks like there's a little bit of rough stuff behind the net. And that's the weird part about this junior hockey. They don't show the rough stuff happening behind the nets when it gets going. They pretty much cut away from it as soon as possible, but my goodness, what an extreme go there. That goal was perfect. That was a beautiful goal, and that gets the job done for Czechia, who will secure a 1-0 lead in Finland. Sorry, Finland will secure a 1-0 lead. And now we sit here waiting for the next goal to potentially go in, see what happens, I guess you could say. Finland with the goal, and now 4:12 to go here in this first period. We'll see what happens as we go along. The puck played all the way around the boards in Finland. The first one's on the scene, trying to come up with this puck, played back. And now Finland's going to work this one over. Shot fired and goes wide. So now 3:55 to go here in this first period as Finland leads 1-0 on shot number 8 of the game. And it was a beauty of a shot, that's for sure. The shot fired back down, and that one takes a weird hop in front of the net into the corner. And now Czechia really getting a little bit more physical with Finland, trying to keep pucks away from the danger zone after that one really walked in on them. And now 3:32 to go here in this first as the puck continues to be banged around the Czech zone. This one's going to go off a player, off of boards, and 3:23 to go here. It'll be moved forward. And here's Czech Republic catching them on Czechia. I knew that was going to happen at some point. The Czechs coming in and a breakaway, partial break denied. Now a side of the net tie up, and that will be held down by Vinny. And now you got a player in a headlock in front of Vinny as well from the Czech side, and he's got his helmet all kinds of mashed around. And yeah, this one all of a sudden breaking a little loose, getting a little bit more physical and getting a lot more going here. And that was a great opportunity. Slap shot, you love to see that. That's the old Jesse Puljujärvi right there. Just walk in about 20 feet out from the goaltender, just slap it through him, try it anyway. And the Czechs almost had it go for him, and then the little scramble to the side of Vinny after he had frozen the puck. And these Czech side is not going to be going away lightly. They've had a pretty good tournament so far, and they are looking to finish it off with their 14th career medal at the Hlinka Gretzky tournament. It would be pretty fantastic for them if they could get that done again. Thank you to everyone. If you haven't already, if you're just tuning in, you want to put on for one of the commercials the Minnesota Wild Jesper Wallstedt at the World Juniors video, that would be greatly appreciated, because we'd love to have you join that discussion there about how he's going to be looking for the Wild, and of course Team Sweden at the World Juniors here in a few days time. 2:56 on an offside to go here in this first period between Czechia and Finland. And let's see what we got going here. Yeah, what a move by Kivi Harju. That was a beauty move. Walks to the outside and just frees everything up and makes it go back of the net. That's the way you score goals, and he did it well right there. 2:47 to go here in this first period. A chance for the Finnish side to get out of their own zone. They're going to see it hop off a stick, but they're still going to get ahead, and that's actually going to translate into an opportunity briefly until the Czechs are able to turn it back. Last medal is 2017 silver, where the Czechs lost to Canada way back in 2017. 2:29 to go here in this first period. The Czechs down 1-0 to Finland so far, on a goal from a beautiful walk by the defenseman, that is for sure. So now we're going to see, oh my goodness, the head fakes, the moves, the skates, everything just gorgeous. And it is enough to score that important goal that gives them the 1-0 lead. And folks, we are 12 views away from crossing 900 on the stream so far. So thank you again for being a big part of the success so far today. A shot right up the middle by Vinny. Almost works out, but the Finns have to turn back into their own zone, reset it one more time. Goes into the near side corner, and that's where they're going to try and work it out from. It's going to be cut off by Czechia, and now worked down, and a Finnish player just takes the man out, and then there's a staple along the boards. And like I said, the physicality has definitely picked up in the back half of this first period. Shot's going to be fired down. 1:50 to go here in this first period. And now Czechia is going to try and work it out of their own zone, but it's turned over to the Finns. Shot fired, blocked, and worked out behind their own net by The guys in red today, they're going to work through. It's Finland in white and it's Czechia in red, by the way, in case you're wondering the jersey combos today for both squads. Finland's going to work this one ahead, but it'll be cut off there, and this one's starting to slow down. A little bit of a turnover chance here for Czechia. Another chance for Czechia to clear, but Finland again up with possession. Rabel almost has that one, and now Czechia will clear this puck out. A minute 10 to go in this first period. 1-0 for Finland here with a buck exactly remaining on the scoreboard now. And this is where you got to try and see what happens in the last minute. Maybe a last minute push from Czechia, but here's a chance for Finland. Turned aside by Rabel. And now it'll go off the boards and turn back there. 49 seconds to go in this first period. Tipped there. Nice little zone entry from the Czechs. They're going to try and work this one into the near side corner. That'll go down behind the net now. And it'll be back into the near side corner. 2 men in there to support. 34 seconds to go. I got to blink sometimes, you know. Eyes were going a little buggy there. And now turned back behind the net. And this one into the slot. Shot fired. Scores! There you go. That's what you wanted to see in the last minute. Czechia scores their first goal of the game. Oh, by the way, on shot 8 of the game as well. And that'll tie us up 1 apiece with 24.5 seconds to go here in this one. There it is. That's a beauty. Just great work along the boards. Kept that puck alive as long as possible. And then it's worked out and just played into the middle and just a shot laser past Vinny. And you love to see it right there. That was a beauty of a goal. And that's what I'm here for. Lots of goals, lots of action. And that was huge to see there from the Czech side before time expired here in this first period. And there's still time for another goal if we really want to try and push for it, depending who you are, which side you want to push for. So 20 seconds to go here in this one. And this is going to be played behind the net. 16 seconds to go now. And 9-8 the shots for Finland will wrap this period up almost for certain. 8 seconds to go here in this period. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Czechia trying to turn it over, but it's not going to matter. The whistle will blow, and that will be it. That will be all for this first period of action. A 1-1 tie between Czechia and the Finland side. And that's a pretty good period of hockey right there. Pretty exciting period of hockey. Right, that first 10 minutes was a feeling out situation, and then both teams started skating a little bit more, pushing a little bit more, and getting going a little bit more. And that was a really good finish to a good first period of what should be a good bronze medal game. That is for sure. So here we go, folks. Going to get you a running tally of the views of the day so far here on Clemhawks, because we are rocking and rolling. Now up over 1,292 views on the day. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, throw you on an ad, and I will be right back in just a minute. All right, give me a sec. let's do this. Let's get this finished off. We now got a third and second period of hockey to do. Second period first, third period of hockey next. And we're going to be good. Be really good. So we're sitting so far 960 views on the stream. We're crushing along for today. And folks, like I said, I promised you a different video to watch in the whatchamacallit, second period. So we'll get that going here in just a sec. I promise you that much. I just got to get a link ordered up and we'll get it rocking and rolling. That is for sure. Folks, again, if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed things so far, don't mind potentially subscribing. I'd love to have you along for the World Juniors. I'd love to have you along for everything that we will have coming up here right away. So keep that in mind. We cover MLB, we cover NHL, so that would be a great time to have you along for, that's for sure. And Bergeron retire. And let me see if I can't just bring this up and get you a link there for sure. There we go. And boom, there it is. And let's go click this here, pin message. And there we go. It is good for you to watch now if you want to go watch that over here on Clemhawks. It's been a good little go so far. So far, the month for Clemhawks has been pretty productive. We've started out with almost 13,000 views, and today officially we'll cross us over 14,000. So again, thank you guys for being a big part of that today. We needed a big day here on the live stream today, and so far so good we've gotten it. So thank you again for that. And these spam bots are really something else, eh? As yeah, we're sitting pretty so far here in this first period, a 1-1 game between Finland and Czechia. And finally TSN put something out. Which Canadian team that missed the playoffs last year has the best chance of making them this year? I would say the Ottawa Senators and Montreal Canadiens, if I'm being fully honest. And it was Edward Sale, I think is Shale maybe? Shaley? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Somebody will correct me at some point. Who scored the goal for Czechia, so that's one that gets it going. And it looks like Bubba Wallace will start on pole for tomorrow's Firekeepers Casino 400 at MI Speedway, so keep that in mind too. There's going to be a lot of fun here for NASCAR too if Clem can get us a little bit of coverage tomorrow. But we're now up over 919 views on the day. Again, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. You have no clue what it means to us here on Clemhawks to have this kind of support on streams like this. We're sitting pretty well good so far today, that is for sure. And again, just quickly, we're now pacing pretty good on that Patrice Bergeron video as well, and that PK Subban video as well. So we are rocking and rolling today as far as things are coming in on the live stream here today, and of course overall on Clemhawks. It's been a good game between Czechia and Finland so far. Both teams committing to blocking shots, getting men in the lane, driving in the net. And it's been a couple of good chances either which way for both teams, and nothing really has stuck more than the 1-1 goals. So hopefully that kind of keeps up. Honestly, a low scoring game, but where everything kind of matters for you is really important, because this is the exciting part for both teams. Is they've had a really fun go this tournament, and they would love to try and get something going here in this gold medal game. And they're showing that Czechia backup goaltender again. He looks like a lot of fun, a guy you kind of want to have a good time with around the hockey rink, and a great backup goalie, that is for sure. And there you have it, folks. Now officially over 1,000 views on the live stream. So thank you for making it another 1,000 view live stream here on Clemhawks. Appreciate that. And now let's, with that, get to the information here in this game between Finland and Czechia, what we need to know, as it was a pretty good first period. If I can get the assists here for you, Jessa Nurmi and Jessa Kiskinen got the assists on the Aaron Kivi Harju goal, and then the Sale goal from Dominic Peter and Jacob Stankel. Got the assist there on the goal with 25 seconds or thereabout remaining, so it's been a pretty good little day. Yeah, so hopefully things pan out. Yeah. So hopefully things pan out here for both sides, and both goaltenders allowing one goal. Rabel with an 889 save percentage and Vinny with an 875 save percentage so far. So things are going pretty well for both goaltenders as things pick up here going into the second period of play, folks. This is Clem Hawks. We're having a good little time, that's for sure. We would love to have things going. And yes, Puljärvi played in a local tournament in Finland today, having a great time with some fellow countrymen. And of course, Tyler Benson signing that one-year deal with the Edmonton Oilers today as well. In case you're tuning in from the local area and you know what's going on in sports, that's what's going on in sports between these two teams today. And so it's 9-8, the shots in favor of Finland after the first period of play. One power play opportunity for Czechia, and a good solid power play it was. They had a couple of opportunities and then the puck started getting cleared quite a bit, so that kind of started hurting them a little bit. But for both teams, they're looking for a bigger first period and hopefully a better second period now after what was a 1-1 score after the first. And I'd just like to see if I can find anything about it on the Hlinka Gretzky Cup Twitter. And let's see if they've got anything. After one bronze medal game of the Hlinka Gretzky Cup, tied up 1-1, and they've got the goal scorers there, so that's about it. Yeah, that is legitimately all we got. So don't worry about it. There's not much else to know there for both sides yet, and that's fine and dandy. We'll battle through and figure it out as we go along, that is for sure. As we're closing in on 1,000 views this hour as well, so a great hour to dwarf everything we've done so far today, folks. It's been a great day beyond Clem Hawks, let me tell you. So if you haven't had a chance yet, make sure before time runs out here in this first period intermission to go check out the pinned chat, which is discussing Patrice Bergeron and a potential retirement, because I'm not seeing him signing anything with the Bruins as of yet, and they really have not talked anything about Patrice Bergeron, so I don't know if he's trying to make up his mind or if the Bruins are trying to make up theirs. But there's a lot going on behind the scenes in the NHL right now, and it's always interesting to ask that what is going on, what if question that fans so often love to know about. So folks, 1,419 views as we wait for things to get back underway. And I'd love, again, guys, to show you the game. This is actually my first real opportunity to tell you. However, on YouTube, you cannot show the game due to copyright restrictions. If I show the game and I get booted, man, oh man, is Clem going to be very upset with me. We just started making money here on YouTube again. We're hustlers, right? We're trying to hustle the dollars as best we can off YouTube. And Clem would be very upset if I took that away from him just to live stream this game. I mean, yeah, I know what it means, but it is simply not worth it to get the live streaming ban. Like, I'll get a live stream 5 minutes and then I'll get taken down. So there's absolutely no point to it, unfortunately, folks, in reality. So I'd love to do it for you, but I can't due to the rules of YouTube, and it just is what it is. I'm sure you can find some guy that just wants to start an account and get banned right away that'll live stream the game for you. That's a possibility, but that is not who I am. I am a man who believes in my own content, and I believe the show I bring here is enough to keep you informed on what you can if you can't find it anywhere else. So take it or leave it. End of the day, that's all I'm going to tell you. Because here we go, waiting for this first period intermission to wrap up and hopefully get us back here with the second period of play. That'd be a pretty stellar go. But again, the biggest part here is, honestly, if you're wondering why the intermission shows lack, and is simply put, it's impossible to do a proper intermission show when there's nothing being really tweeted out from the tournament organizers in terms of what happened in that first period of play. I can break it down. Hrabal and Vinny had some solid plays, but at the end of the day, it really comes down to you got to have something to talk about from the organization perspective, and the tournament's really not giving me any fuel to discuss here. There's really no fanfare on Twitter because obviously, right, it's the Hlinka Gretzky Cup, and there's not really, to the degree my Twitter timeline normally gets uppity about stuff, anything to get uppity about here yet. So tomorrow, next day, kind of as we get ready for the World Juniors, that's when you're going to see things really get uppity in terms of things for Twitter. But normally that's how I break it down. So Scott Ratzlaff, 2 shutouts and 3 starts for the Canadian side, so he's a goaltender to watch in the gold medal game, that is for sure, wearing those Seattle Thunderbirds goalie pads. But yeah, it's one of those tough things. If there's just not enough content to talk about in the intermission, you kind of get me just up here spitballing things, and it just is what it is. And Cameron Allen, they're talking about him. He will be a mainstay, the captain of Canada for this World Hlinka Gretzky Cup. And a guy that will be looking to try and make his impact in the draft rankings this season. Will more than likely be at the World Juniors this year if he can continue his strong dominance. And there we go, folks. We're rocking and rolling through this now. So we're up over 1,000 views this hour. Thank you for that. And hopefully we can keep rocking this stream as we get back for the second period of play. It's just one of those things. It takes a little bit for these folks to get through the intermission. Obviously get the ice clean, get fans into the concessions and bathrooms. And now we should be waiting for this one to get rolling here in a second. I'm wondering if the Canada game will be any better in terms of what we've achieved here on YouTube. This is a lot better result than I thought I was going to get today. My goal, realistically, like I said, we were hoping for 17,000, but my goal was 2,500, and we are up over 1068 so far. So, folks, we're having ourselves a pretty good time so far here on this live stream, that is for sure. And now you see a couple other videos feeding the benefits of that as well. That's pretty huge, as that Jesper Wallstat video is now up to 69 views, and Patrice Bergeron rocks up to 59. As here we go. Let's see what we can get going here. Just a last commercial break. I'll throw you an ad quickly. See what we can do. So here we go. I'd like to try and get this one rolling as fast as possible. And let's see if we can't get something figured out here. Man, commercial breaks are killing me this intermission. What the heck? Nice to see it kind of roll to an end here, but this is the part that kills me. I can always get up for the first period, and then it's like, man, why do I stick around during the intermission? Because goodness sakes, it is just painful. You can't really hear anything on the TV when you're talking as loud as I am in the echo that is this basement. So it just is one of those things. But at the end of the day, you fight through it. You get back to hockey, and it gets really exciting really quick, really again. So we'll get there eventually. I'd like to hopefully get there as soon as possible, to be real with you. And as we're currently just waiting for things to get back to Red Deer and hopefully bring us a great afternoon of hockey. So far so good. 1-1 the score between Czechia and Finland right now, so hopefully that gets going a little bit in the positive direction, and maybe we get to 4-3, 5-3 by the end of this game. Then we're really talking about a hockey game, that's for sure. Man, I gotta get myself some new Canada gear. That would be decent if I could. Spend a little bit of money here that I earn on my trip up to Edmonton, I guess you could say, for this course I'm taking. That's the thing too, I'm going to be in Edmonton during the World Juniors, so it'd be really interesting to sit up there and maybe catch a World Juniors game if I could. It'd be a really good time. But first off, I got to find the free time in the schedule to do that. So Kivi Harju with the goal for Finland, and Edward Sale with the goal for the Czech side. Again, I know I'm butchering Sale's name. My apologies there. They just have not given me the proper pronunciation yet, but we'll figure it out as we go along at some point here. And there you go, Canada versus Finland suddenly has 7 views from the World's Games, so keep that in mind as we're rocking along. And we finished up with 10:48 for views, and now suddenly we are rocking and we are back for this second period. I just saw things shoot up here in the terms of the thing. Who do you think will be the bronze medal winner? Well, I'm hoping the bronze medal winner will be the team that plays the best. That's number one. In these tournaments, I always hope the bronze medal winner is the team that plays the best. And then secondly, I'm thinking Finland's going to take it home because just based on Czechia hasn't won a medal since 2017. But at the same rate, too, this could be Czechia's year where they're looking for a medal and they could go out there and win this. And it's anyone's game still here with exactly 40 minutes to play now, below that threshold as we're back underway. Czechia's won the opening face-off. It's onside. Shot comes through, misses wide of Vinny in net for the Finland side. And now it'll go back behind the net. And Czechia is going to move this one back to the far side corner. They'll play it around behind the net, near side, half wall now. Finland's going to pick it up and it'll be back out of the zone. And here's Finland 3-on-1 trying to get in. Or 1-on-3, sorry. 1-on-3, yikes. Trying to get in on the attack. They couldn't do it. It goes down to Vinny, who steers it into the corner. Czechia comes up with it for a second. The Czechs now trying to fire this one. They will into the far side half wall. And now Czechia in on the attack. Couldn't feed that puck properly across. And now with 19-10, they've got it at the top of the slot. Shot fired off of an ankle. Now Finland's got a chance here, a 2-on-1 developing. Yes, indeed, 2-on-1, but a great defensive stick there from Czechia. Will hold that one back, and now away we go with 18:55 to go. Little bit of pace to start this period in the first minute and 5 seconds. Great defensive stick there from Czechia. Now a 3-on-1 kind of developing here. Shot fired, blocked in front by the Czech side. Shot fired from the point by Finland, blocked again. And now Czechia really doing what they've done well all tournament, blocking shots in front and making sure Rabel doesn't have to work too hard in net for him. 18:28 to go here in this second period. It's going to bounce out of the zone and all the way back into the finish end. And 18:20 now on the clock, a 1-1 score, 10-9 the shots in favor of Finland. So not exactly a high event game so far through a period and 2 minutes. As this one goes back to the blue line, kept in barely by the Finnish side. Now Finland will see it turned back by Czechia, who will come down the right wing. They'll fire the shot off the pad of Vinny. And 17:56 to go here. Played across, and now again a shot saved by Vinny. And Czechia now suddenly with their first lead in shots in a while, if not all game. And here's a break right down the middle for Finland, but a great block there by Czechia, blocking the pass from getting across. And with 17:35 to go in this second period, we'll play on in a 1-1 game. And now Finland looking for the stretch pass, a block in the middle of the ice as the neutral zone gets clogged up, and the Czechs will turn it back. And they'll try and come across the Finnish blue line, but held up there by a great defensive play. And now Finland into the Czech zone. They'll work in the Finnish side, trying to come up with the puck. The Finns can't. So now 17:11 to go here in this second period. Finland with it at their own blue line, turns it right over. And now Czechia is going to rip a shot, but the save there by Vinny to keep this one 1-1. So both goaltenders a couple of good saves here. 16:54 to go in this second period. This one is zipping along. That's a quick start to this period. You're already 3 minutes and 15 seconds in, and we just barely dropped the puck. My goodness. This puck around the net, and that's a big boy on the defense there for the Czech side. That's probably the tallest guy I've seen on the ice so far this game. And this one will be fired back. 16:30 to go. So we are 3:30 into this one, and it's been non-stop end-to-end action so far. Keep that clock ticking. Let the lines roll, and they will call an offside with 16:21 to go here in this second period. That was a long stretch of hockey that just was wide open, and a great block in front by Czechia. That's again what they do. That's their MO this tournament, is they've been shot blockers, and they've been rather effective and stellar at it. So folks, keep that in mind as we see this one develop along. We'll see what happens here now as 16:15 to go here in this second period. It's into the Finnish zone. They've switched ends. Finland on the right-hand side of my television screen. Czechia on the left-hand side. Second period, 16:03 to go, and now officially less than 16 minutes to go as Finland works it out from behind their own net. A nice defensive play to keep the puck moving forward. Man blows the tire for the Czech side, now moved forward again by the Finns. Finns will go to the front, and that will be blocked again, and then a great piece of stick work gets it back into the Finnish end. You like to see that. They have come to play, have the Czechs in this second period defensively. And now D to D right in front of Vinny will get this puck moved ahead. And a great stick there, a weird stick there, keeps the puck alive to get it into the Czech zone. And that is an absolute monster truck of a hit there on the far side half wall from the Finnish side. The play made, though, by the Czech defender that was just trying to get that puck out of the zone. He got walloped for it, but he got that puck out, and now this puck will move forward. And the last medal for the Finns at this tournament is a 2012 silver. So actually, maybe it's Czechia that very well has the more than likely odds to take home a medal here today. Shot fired in front. Finland will see that one dove on by Rabel. And a dive in front there as a couple of guys go down. And this is an interesting get here as Canada's got 22 golds. Russia, Soviet Union with 5. United States with 1. Czechia with 1. And Sweden with 1. And Canada won 8 straight gold medals from 2008 to 2015. They were, in a word, automatic between those years. And that's the interesting part there, that's for sure, for Canada. So they're looking for another one here. Their 23rd gold medal here today. And now 14:46 to go in this second period. Shot fired off the side of the net. And we are clocking the time down here. This period is zipping along between Finland and Czechia. That is for sure. And I'm definitely going to have to take a mid-period bathroom break. I think a guy would say I've drank a lot of water this game so far. And now 14:28 to go in this period as Finland turns it ahead, snaps the shot, can't find the far glove side. 14:10 to go here in this period, and Finland's starting to pressure Czechia a little bit more. They'd like to keep that up. As man, oh man, another blown tire there. I don't know if the ice is just bad or... Yeah, that's another blown tire. That's quite interesting. We've seen a lot of guys losing the edge so far in this game. Something to keep forward to into the third period. 13:45 to go, and we are almost at the halfway mark of this second period, and we have just barely begun it, it seems. 13:37 to go now, and this one's played ahead by the Finns. They're going to work in towards the net. Rabel sees it, and that's a tap in at the side of the net. That is as broken of a play as you are going to get to score a goal, but just bounce, 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 and puck in back of net for the Finnish side. 13:29 to go here in this second period, and they score the goal as it just bobbles off a stick. It goes into the zone. Gets in, players under duress, and it somehow just bobbles across to the crease, and somehow, some way they get the goal. And it just goes off, and somehow the Finnish player is strong enough on his stick to bring it home through the skates of the Czech defender. And that is an interesting get, that's for sure. As that was Rabel, thought he had it, but what a good goal there from the Finnish side. Just a Badlers type goal, and they get it done. 13:28 to go in this second period, and we had our next stoppage to play for a goal. Interesting enough the way this one's gone, and now we'll battle through as this one will be across the blue line. Shot fired in, turned aside there, and it'll be back to the blue line. And Finland will try to get it out of their own zone yet again. So both these teams looking for medals they haven't gotten in a while. And we may very well be engaged in a very interesting battle, that's for sure. Finland moves this one ahead. And it'll be back, and Fourth in the neutral zone, Artu Alasiora, I think. Hopefully. I think I really butchered that. But he gets the goal. And now Finland leads 2-1. They're going to move in, but a nice defensive play there by the Czechs will keep the puck out of the danger zone. And again, Finland will just chip it in and get it down behind the net. And now Finland trying here to move this one across to the blue line. There they do. And now it'll be back at the blue line, chip back down. 13 minutes pretty much needed to find that last goal, and now shot fired, and 12:15 to go in this second period. And this is where I start getting lightheaded from talking so much, so I start screwing things up a little bit. So stick with me. Pardon me if I start screwing things up massively, but yeah, this is where my head starts going a little light, and I start lack of oxygen because I don't breathe properly when I talk for some reason. There we go. Good breath. Alright, just calculate the views as we go along here. See what we can find out for how we are doing today here on Clemhawks, that's for sure. As we've had ourselves a stellar little solid day so far, I'd say. And we are sitting at, on the day, how about that? 1,565 views on the day, not a bad get at all. And we'll definitely have to try and live stream. Try and live stream the gold medal game if we have some time. Alright. Alright. What do we got? Here we go. Let's see what we can find on Twitter for this game. A little commercial break just completely distracted me. What do we got? What do we got? So, David Juracek will join the team shortly up in Edmonton with Czechia. Of course, that's there. And Austria-Czechia is your matchup up in Edmonton. Of course, there's no live stream for that game. I can't even watch that. But, I guess the Go Avs Go. We're trying to acquire Jonathan Taves. And Al Murray, Assistant General Manager and Director of Amateur Scouting, is in the stands for Tampa Bay. Trying to get a look at a couple of guys. And here we go. Let's see what we got going as the game's back underway. 12:10 to go in this second period. 12-12 the shots, 2-1 the lead for Finland here in this second period. Czechia will get it out from behind their own net, move it forward into the neutral zone and chip it ahead. And this one's going to be an opportunity. Shot fired, chance right in front, scrambles up. Vinny's looking for the puck. He is able to come up with it and stop it there. And that was an interesting little battle there, that's for sure. But Vinny's able to be up to the task to stop that puck. And it was a scramble in front of him that was getting messy. Czechia was really getting to work whacking the puck. He had it all the way, I think. And that is why they blew the whistle finally. But keep in mind, it's tough to see that puck sometimes when it's in the crease and there's that amount of bodies bouncing around in there. So it's another thing you got to keep aware of here today, is the officials doing their best they can, and there's a lot of scouts and stuff in the stands, that's for sure. Vegas Golden Knights crew is there in full force by the looks of it. And let's see what else we can get going here in this second period. Shot fired there by Czechia, goes wide of the net. Goes around behind the net. 11:34 to go here in this second period between Czechia and Finland. I think based on how my stomach's growling, I think I might be done after the second period, and it might be lunchtime at 1:15 in the afternoon, folks. As the second period grinds into a halt here as it goes along in the far side corner. They're battling it, and Czechia will come up with the puck. Sorry, that was the near side corner. They had the reverse angle. And now it'll be played ahead there by Finland. Up and into the Czechia zone. 10:59 to go here in this second period. We're up to 10 likes on the stream too, by the way. Thank you guys. Really appreciate that, folks. As 10:50 to go here in this second period. Time just winding down as we go along on the clock. Fired ahead there by Finland. And they're looking to create a situation where they can come up with a positive result. 10:38 to go. This one fired into the far side corner. And now second period, looking for something here to get going. This one's played ahead. And Finland will walk across the blue line. They've got control of this puck here in the Czech zone. Will be played again to the blue line right there. Shot coming, eventually shot fired and blocked in front or saved by Rabel. And 10:11 to go here in this second period. And folks, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it out of this period either. I am starving it out and I am dying from it. 10 minutes to go here in this second period. Chance here. Czechia almost gets it going. They can't. And Finland is going to walk across the blue line. Nice defensive stick, keeps that puck alive. And here's Czechia walking in on the attack. Shot played to the front of the net, can't get it going. 9:42 to go here in this second period. And Czechia putting up the defensive barriers so far, doing a very good job keeping the Finns at bay early on in this period. And we are hoping to see something break loose here for Czechia right away. And hopefully Czechia can get back in this game and score the 2-2 goal. That'd be greatly appreciated. Keep the game interesting, that is for sure. Folks, thank you so much for your support on the Patrice Bergeron video as well. We're now at 15 views in the last 60 minutes on it, so appreciate that. Appreciate you tuning in and checking that out. That's 9:27 to go here in this second period. It's going to be moved ahead into Czechia zones again. First medal game in last 4 tournament appearances for the Czechs. That's correct. They have not had a medal since 2017, so keep that in mind as well as we go along through this game here today. 14-13 the shots on goal. 2-1 for Finland over top of Czechia with 9:14 to go here in this second period. We're building towards a conclusion. We're into the back half of the game. 46 seconds albeit, but we are officially into the back half of the game now, so keep that in mind as we are looking for the winner here today. And Finland's going to walk into the slot, fire the shot, and fan on it twice. So now back to the blue line. Shot comes in, fired, and blocked. So Czechia again with another good block. Finland doing everything they can to keep the puck alive. Kick it, scratch it, claw it, and keep it alive as this one will go down. And for an icing, 8:49 to go in this second period between Finland and Czechia. Keep that in mind there. Is there anything we need to know on Twitter? There is not. So we will continue to wait for the organizers of this tournament, their Twitter account, to put something out, the Hlinka Gretzky Memorial. And let's see, is there anything, moments like these? They're just tweeting about Team Sweden. They still got the after one. They didn't even say drop of the second. That's pretty sad there on that end. 8:49 to go in the second period between Czechia and Finland. We are almost done this second period already, and it seems like it literally just got started. That's the crazy part here, but hey, we'll battle through and we'll enjoy it. We'll get things rolling, that's for sure, as we are currently crushing it here on the live stream as well. A chance there for Czechia goes by the wayside, and now back the other way. Finland comes, and they're going to cut in across the blue line, can't get it going. And folks, we have 32.5 hours watched on this live stream. Thank you for that, by the way. 8:19 to go here in this second period. Finland's going to work it ahead, and a chance trying to get around a defender, eliminated there. Beauty of a kind of seal off body check, that's for sure. And now we're going to see the Czechs work it back into Finland territory, and a man went down and is far offside, so we will have a whistle there and a freeze in the action. All right, game on, that's fine. We are pacing along anyway. I don't mind too much at all. Gotta wring out my nose a little bit there. And again, that Patrice Bergeron video now doing pretty well here on the live stream as well, so thank you for tuning into that. And now all of a sudden we're at 70 and 70 on both those videos, when both those videos had barely 40? So we're not too bad off here at all. 2 views for the Finland-Canada live stream from the worlds on this hour, and that's always the interesting part on YouTube, is seeing what else gets views while you're live. And so far so good on today's videos, doing very well as we pace along here during the Hlinka Gretzky Cup as we're rocking and rolling. So folks, I'm going to throw another channel or another video link in the chat for you, just because I'm seeing the chat's a little dead, so try and perk it up a little bit. As what can we talk about in there? In case you missed it, actually, here I'll give you this. In case you missed it, Keegan Colasar contract. We were talking about the Golden Knights a second ago, so let's do it. Alright, there you go. That's in the chat there for you if you want to go check that out. And let's go enjoy this. So right now, let's get the assists for that goal that came in from Finland. That was an interesting sequence of events, guaranteed. And in the second period, it was Haltunen and Jarvrente who got the assists on that. The Hlinka Gretzky all-time points leaders, Magnus PRV Svensson, I always want to say, but Magnus PRV leads the way with 15 points in 8 career games. A former Edmonton Oilers draft pick in the first round, a guy that, man, you wish would have panned out much better. He's still playing away in his NHL, or I think he's in the KHL now, but he's still playing away somewhere in the hockey realm, making money doing it, so that's good for him. But here we go. This one goes back into the Finland zone, but immediately goes up and out of play. That's an interesting get there for the Finland result. They thought they had a chance to clear the puck, and it goes off somebody and up and out of play. So 7:46 to go. 14-13 the shot. So again, this has not been an offensive explosion from these two teams. This has not been a big show. This is just more or less been a game that they're trying to solve and figure out as they go along. And now 7:45 to go here in this second period, as time winds down and the clock starts striking closer to midnight for both teams as this tournament comes to a wrap. Rabel doesn't have to face a shot there as it was blocked in front for him, so he's lucky enough to avoid that there. And now all of a sudden 7:23 to go in this second period, and they're looking for a result to get this puck out of the zone. Is Finland. They can right now. Another 4-on-2 back the other way, looking to try and come up with this puck. Spin shot fire blocked in front, as per has been the norm so far this game. And now we got to see what happens here as we go along in this period. Shot fired, blocked by Vinny, who didn't have a clue where it went after it bounced off his stick. Good, solid positioning, butterfly right there. But again, like I said, these guys that are goaltending in this tournament are very traditional, right? They've been taught one way how to do it. You do it this way, that's it. And they do it according to the system kind of deal. So they have yet to learn their little quirks that make them a better goaltender. So 6:32 to go in this second period. And now time's really winding down here in this period. It'll be offside for Finland at the Czech blue line. Czechia looking to try and win the next faceoff and get something going here. That was a heck of a shot. Just goes right up off the paddle, off the body of Vinny. He doesn't have a clue where it is. And it is the defenseman that scored the goal for Finland that comes up with the puck. But it's just one of those things, right? That's how it works. So here we go. 6:25 to go in this second period, and we have literally settled in with an average view duration of $1:36. That has not moved for the past 5-10 minutes. That's pretty cool. 6:18 to go in this period, as time, like I'm saying, is just winding down faster than I'm even realizing. Like, it's incredible how fast this period has gone by. That second period was crazy. In between the legs attempt, I believe, right there for the Finnish side to try and score on Rabel. And yeah, he's smiling about that. That was cheeky, but look at this. This is a great opportunity, and Rabel just gets the shoulder extended to keep that puck out of the net. That was a great goaltending move there by Rabel to just kind of shimmy shake the shoulder and get a piece of it. So good there. And this one will continue a 2-1 game between Finland and Czechia. Czechia now with 15-13 shot advantage, and Finland's looking to try and really keep this pressure up that they've had the past few minutes, but they can't, as Czechia will clear it out of the zone, and we are inside the last 6 minutes to play in the second period at the Hlinka Cup, or Hlinka Gretzky Cup. And that was a big time hit, and there is a Finnish player that is down in a heap, and we got some rough stuff going on between the Czechs and Finns, and wow, that was a massive collision, probably the biggest hit I've seen at this tournament. And the player is going to go to the box, I believe. That was a massive hit, just stapled him, and it is from behind, so that makes sense why they're calling the penalty. And that is a very dangerous hit. Real time, it didn't look as bad, but you slow it down, that is a nasty, aggressive hit. Not necessarily a predatory hit, but it's one of those the player turns and ends up really hurt, and yeah, you end up with the penalty on the play because of that. So it is what it is. But wow, did not expect that to all of a sudden turn like it did. And now we'll have a commercial break, folks. Let's see what we're rocking and rolling here on the live stream now. Patrice Bergeron up to that 69 view mark. How to find custom logos, doing 10 views. Oh my goodness, we are rocking and rolling here today. That's for sure. We're up over to 200 views this hour in 27 minutes. Okay, we're crushing it today. That is for sure. And we are rolling and rocking along on today's live stream, that's for sure. Well, let's keep doing it. Hey, you know what? Let's keep doing it. We're having a good time doing it. Let's keep doing it, eh? Let's do it. That's all I gotta say. What do we got on Twitter? Is there anything? Is there anything? No, I don't think so. I don't think there's anything we need to be aware of. I'd be interested to see what's going on between Czechia and Latvia in their game so far, but they have not dropped the puck yet, or have they? What time was puck drop scheduled for? I don't know. They have the lineup, but they don't have anything other than that for information, so I guess we can't update you on the Czechia and Latvia game happening up in Edmonton for the World Juniors. Which is whatever, it's okay, we'll battle through. Pianinami goes down the tunnel. It's a 2-minute boarding penalty to the Czech Republic physicality engager, whatever you want to call him. I actually don't know who it is yet. They haven't shown his name, so I'll get you a name as soon as I have it. But oh, it's Eichler. Eichler, who came in there and just pinned the man along the boards, gets the penalty, and he's pretty shaken up, that's for sure, is the man for Finland. And it will be Finland's first opportunity on the power play with less than 6 minutes to go in this second period, 5:44 in fact. Shot fired right into the slot area. Nobody can cash it home. Eichler goes for boarding for a 2-minute minor. And now a power play here for Finland. They're going to space the zone, try and really work things out and find some room around. This one's going to go back. Shot fired. Saved by Raubel. Keeps this one 2-1. That was a great save there by Raubel. Point blank. Pardon me. And now a chance here. They're trying to work this puck and really think at a high level of Finland. Try and come up with a goal here on this power play and take advantage of the man advantage. And this one, a nice defensive play at the point by the Finnish blue liner. Has the goal, and the shot fired into the feet of Raubel, and it goes back behind the net. Nobody's got it. 4:56 to go in this second period. This one's going to be, we're inside the last 5 minutes now, and now things are really winding down to a conclusion. Here as we have 1 period to play left after this one wraps up, and Raubel makes the glove save with 4:41 to go. And my friends, that's a big important freeze right there, that's for sure. We gotta see what happens here, as this one is just Kivi Harju just firing that shot when it came time, and Rabel sees it all the way, makes the glove save, and snaps it out of the air. So good for him right there. Rabel's been pretty solid so far this game. Really impressed by the Czech goaltender, really impressed by Vinny as well, but he's been solid. 2 goals on 14 shots. And now the Czech PK was 12 for 14 in the pre-tournament games, or round robin games. Sorry, I keep messing that up. Round robin games. Come on, Yak, get it right. And 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go in this second period. 30 seconds remain on the power play for Finland. We will see this one chipped ahead. Now all kinds of steam skating in, pass across, way too hard on the one-time pass. And that cost the Finns an opportunity with 18 seconds to go on the power play. They retrieve the puck along the far side wall. And now they're looking to come up with something here. Kiviharju walking down, walking. 3:50 to go in this period. Now 4 seconds left in the power play. Chance here. Power play is expired. Puck played off the boards. And it will be moved up and out of the zone. A nice little tip there by the Czech Republic, or Czech, geez, it's tough. I haven't struggled with that. Czechia side to get this going. I want to make sure I get that correct. Shot fired from the point. Blue line slapper stopped there. 3:25 to go in this second period. Man, oh man, this period is just grinding on. I'm just trying to keep my energy up. I definitely need to go eat something. I am tuckering out here at an alarming rate. All I've had to eat today, though, is a bowl of cereal. I've been up doing laundry since 9 o'clock, doing the lawn, doing everything, dishes. So busy morning, and here I am already live streaming for how long today? 2 hours so far on this live stream. So keep that in mind as well. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the game. So we should have about another 15 minutes to go on this live stream, and then we will be up and done for the day. So let's see what happens here. 3:03 to go in the second period. Puck played off the blue line, fired in, and this one will be 2:55 in the second period remaining, as it'll be flipped out into Finnish territory. 2:48 now remaining, as Czechia comes up with it on the near side corner. 5 men pile in to try and come up with that puck. There's a 4-man dog pile with 1 player trying to come up with it. As the puck is pinned, but actually nobody really knew where it was. And it comes all the way out of the Czechs, or out of the Finn zone into Czechia territory, where they're going to snap it ahead right away off a Finnish stick. And it's going to go into the far side, or near side corner, and then near side half wall, and played back behind the Finn net. And there we go. 2:13 to go in this period, and lunch break is coming soon here, boys. 2:08 to go. Shot fired and up off Vinny. It goes back into play, so it stays alive with the 2-minute warning happening now. $1:59 on the clock, and here comes the Finns back the other way. Hard charging. Finland working this puck in, and it's going to go back behind the net. 1:48 to go in this second period. Finland fires the shot. Goes back behind the Czech net. And with $1:41, we got exactly 100 seconds remaining in this second period of play. You like to see that, because for a guy that needs a lunch break, that is a good news. And this one's going to be played ahead. Now for Finland, they shoot, fire, blocked off. And now 1:23 to go in this second period, as things are winding down. Both teams trying to get opportunities here. Nobody's really moving the needle late in this second period. Gaff there by Vinny, almost turns over the puck. Finland, however, with 1:10 comes up with it and gets out of their own zone. They're going to play it ahead, and $1:05 on the clock will be played there. And now we are inside the last 60 seconds of play, last minute of play in the second period. 54 seconds to go as things wind down here between these two teams here in the second period at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup. And 44 seconds to go now. That one's turned back. It'll be moved ahead and rimmed around the boards. And fired up and out. So Finland with 30 seconds to go, looking to cruise home to a 2-1 lead after 2 on the big goal there. That just kind of an opportunistic, put the puck in the net when it's in the crease kind of goal. 18 seconds, 19 seconds, 17 seconds, and that's going to do it. That's going to be all. 10 seconds of play left in this second period. And folks, that is going to do it for me here on the live stream today as well. I thought I could get through a full time, but I wasn't able to. I'm Yak. This is Clem Hawks. It's 2-1 after 2 between Finland and Czechia. I am up on out of here.